Hi, I'm Tanya. I'm CEO of Tania's Body Care. We do a line of natural stuff for the skin, from shampoo bars, the leave-in hair conditioner, to a variety of natural bar soaps. We do oils for the skin, massage oils, herbal lotions, and the works for the skin. But today I wanted to tell you a little bit more about my journey, because many people ask me, how did you start your own business, which really is officially 2 years old. We started about 3 years ago. But what was I doing before then? So today I want to talk to you a little bit about making sure that you pursue your dream. At the age of about 18, 19, let me back up a little bit. At the age of about 17, 18, I was in my school uniform. At that time, I used to be on television a lot in a youth group program, and I was invited to be a production assistant for a television program. And so I would go to school in the daytime, and in the afternoon I would be at work. Sometimes on Saturdays I'd be at work as well. And really, that was my introduction to media, and I've been in media for the last many years. I love media, and more particularly I worked with Lakem Samaj when he had his program on Power Talk many years ago. And then I worked with KLAS, where I produced a program for Mutty Perkins, and the rest of my journey was at RJR. So there was full-time stints and part-time stints. I'm currently there as a freelance producer for a number of years, but prior to that I worked as a full-time producer, producing a number of programs, including Hotline and Balancing Justice and Clinical Expressions and the morning show with Alan and Doreen, and so on and so forth. It was great fun. I dedicated a lot of time to it. Can I tell you a secret? At one point, if our children became sick, the hospital or the doctors were told, well, the school was told to call my husband. Because though I loved my family, we're very close-knitted, the idea was that I didn't want to be distracted from the job that I did in the media, because I had to focus. I actually learned how to focus and to become solution-oriented on the job, because I got into media from experience. I didn't have a degree in media productions or anything. I got in it as an apprentice in video production. And then my career began to grow because I dedicated a lot of time to what I did. But what I want to say to you is that life is dynamic. It has a lot of struggles, a lot of journey in this, this journey of life. But also I have discovered that people are multidimensional and multi-talented. And one of the messages that I'm very serious about, and what I want to get to you today, if you're listening to this, is stop closing your mind to other possibilities. What did I say? Let me repeat. Stop closing your mind to other possibilities. Because you are in this one field for so long, it doesn't mean that there aren't other things out there that you can become a part of and do successfully. Yes, you can do a number of things at any one time and do it successfully. So one of the things that I want to share with you about me is that I'm qualified as a guidance counselor. I've not worked formally in the school system, but I've done talks in the school system, parent-teachers meetings. I've been invited by churches to speak. I love to speak, and I love the behavior change that comes out of speaking. So, over the years, I've had the privilege of just sitting down one-on-one with a lot of people from different social classes in Jamaica. And usually, the greatest success I've had is that for majority of the people that I engage with, once they are able to see a trend of thought in terms of when you probe and you ask them certain searching questions, and they're able to look within themselves and not only to focus on problems and where they're coming from and so on and so forth, but also to become solution oriented in their thinking process. I love solution oriented thinking. Why? Because when you do problem oriented thinking, you are only focused on problems, which stores up emotions that are associated with those traumatic situations, and the person may leave the conversation feeling hopeless. But with solution oriented thinking, this person, you go into the trauma, you dig it up, you store it up, but you don't stay there. You are moving through to finding solutions, and usually not just one solution, but 2 or 3, and with those solutions also the possible consequence of action for each solution. So people leave empowered. And so you can feel some of the passion, right? Yeah, I mean, I love to speak. I love when I'm invited to speak, and I love when people place great emphasis on the speaker's ability not only to speak, but to stir up emotions, to stir people to thinking, to stir people to begin to thinking not only about problems but solutions, and they leave those events or engagements saying, wow, I can do better. So how did I become qualified as a guidance counselor? Can you believe that I was working in the media? And as I said before, I had a very successful career. I was known as a great producer. But I just had this inner feeling that, without a degree, one day somebody's going to walk into the workplace very qualified, and they're going to step into my position. And the fact that I give 150%, in fact, in those days, if you say, Tanya, jump, I said, how high? Yeah. But I also was the kind of person who was so good at communicating with the people that I work with and with the sponsors of the various broadcasts that people loved to work with me. Really, I mean, I think in my 20-year history dating myself, I probably had one person complain about how I did my show, and I was able to say to my supervisor, this is the issue, this is the issue, this is the issue. So I was able to explain it, because I don't like when people complain about me. I pray about the work that I do. I communicate. If somebody says to me, I want you to do this, I'm going to say, okay, give me a few minutes. I'm going to toss it around in my mind. I'm going to see the possibilities in it. And if I go back to that person and say, this can't work, it can't work. You know what I mean? It wasn't just that I'm ready to say it can't work. I've had to mull it over, toss it over, put it through my thinking machine from a production point of view. And if it can be done, we're going to find a way to do it. And the team that I work with, trust me, the great people that I've worked with have made it easy, because I have excellent communication with them. They have excellent communication with me. We share ideas, and then we make sure that when we execute our broadcast, people sometimes book a year in advance just because of the quality of the work that we did. So how did I leave from that note to become a guidance counselor? Well, I was at work, and as I said before, I was mulling this over in my mind, my future. And I started sensing this inner need to become more qualified. The funny thing is that I've always been running away from school. I didn't enjoy my high school experience, and so if somebody told me about school, I was like, oh, no. If it was a certificate program, I would do it. So like 3 months, 6 months, but nothing for years. However, now, with this internal struggle going on for more, I decided, okay, I want to do this degree. And so I made applications to the universities that, study communication, and I looked at teaching and so on. And then as I began to pray about it, I got the most shocking response that someone can get. And that shocking response was, do counseling. I was like, what? Prior to that, I never thought about it. When I sought financial assistance to study counseling, the answer was no. We don't see how a degree in counseling is going to help you to do mass communication. That was the response. But do you think I gave up? And you know what is funny? I'm this person who gives up easily. But for once in my life, I felt like God had spoken to me. I began to have dreams and visions of stepping forward as a counselor. And then I had that decision inside that says, this is what I'm going to do, and I will not give up. Just think about it. Here is a person that says, I can't do a degree program. I only study for 3 months or 6 months. So I ended up with like 25 different certificates, from voice and speech training to graphic design to art and craft to radio techniques and so on. But no, I was making a decision to study. You think that somebody telling me no was going to stop me? No. So no, I had to sit down and apply myself for 4 years. So I worked morning, 8:30 to 5, went to school from 5:30 to 8:30, get home, and it was a struggle. But to be honest with you, it was one of the most rewarding struggles. I enjoyed university more than I enjoyed high school. So today I'm saying to you, if you have a dream, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams no matter your age. Because I was an adult learner, meaning that I went to university in my 30s. And while I was in that class, there were people in my class who were in their 60s. And yes, they were saying, what am I doing here? But they were doing it anyway, getting good grades. A lot of those people graduated with honors degrees. So, what's your excuse? Money? Money is not really your excuse. Determination is where you need to get to. Because if you are determined, the money will come. So today I really wanted to share that message with you. Don't give up on your dreams. No, repeat after me. Do not give up on your dreams. Say, I will pursue my dream. I will pursue my dream. I have a lot more to say, a lot more, because I have a lot of experience. I've come through a lot of trauma. Some of them I haven't spoken about. So for me to get to this place where I can encourage you to not give up on your dream, a whole lot of healing has taken place. And if healing is what you need, that is also very, very, very possible. So I told you a little bit more about myself today. And I encourage you not to give up on your dream. So what would you like me to talk about next? As I tell you, I'm very experienced. People have laughed at me, literally. I mean, I felt bad at the time. I was in an office in a particular place that I used to work. Let me say, while I was in education for a couple years. And somebody walked in the office and asked a question of a particular individual. And the response that she gave was, I don't know, ask Tanya, she knows everything. I remember feeling a little funny about it at the time, but the truth is, in those days I read a lot, and anything that I knew, I was going to share. So I like the idea that I don't know everything, but I know a lot. So what would you like to hear me talk about? Share it with me, and you may just see a posting on that. Now, I really want you to subscribe to my page. So subscribe, share it with your friend. Tell me what parts of what I said connected with you. And of course, if there's a PTA, if there's a group to be spoken to, I'm willing and able if the right deal can come through. So I want to say God bless you. Do not give up on your dreams. Do not give up on your dreams. Don't you dare give up on your dreams. I'm Tanya, CEO of Tanya's Body Care, and I'm here saying, do not give up on your dreams.